Hello, ladies and gents, and awesome day on this beautiful Friday. Have a great weekend. With that being said, let's make a focal point of today's video. So, guys, President Donald J. Trump has signed his 200 executive order. We'll get to the basics of this executive order here later in the video. But I first want to talk about how crazy this. I'm about to tell you crazy facts. You guys know that Trump has signed more executive orders in 7 months than the whole Biden administration did in 4 years. Isn't that kind of crazy, in my opinion? Trump has signed more executive orders than Biden did. And that's absolutely crazy. Most of Biden's executive orders were probably auto-penned. So that's just a crazy fact I want to leave you guys. But anyway, guys, with that quick fact getting out of the way, let's make a point of today's video and the actual basics of this executive order. The 200 executive order by the Trump administration, way more than what Biden did in 4 years. Actually, I think it's raining outside, so I guess we'll leave the window open. Actually, we'll leave all the windows open. I guess I could look at the rain. But anyway, guys, I'm getting distracted. Let's get into the main focal point of today's video. So, guys, pretty much, guys, President Trump has changed the name to the Department of Defense to the Department of War. It's kind of like what Trump did with the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. He's now renaming stuff. Do I think it's really necessary for this to happen? Not really. I don't think the name really matters that much. However, it's still kind of cool to change so I guess Secretary of Department of Defense, Pete actually will now be called Secretary of Department of War. It's now called the Department of War. I have an executive order, so I think maybe, even if Trump did this, Trump is just signing the executive order, so if Trump is going to do this. However, the only problem with this, if the Democrat gets elected for president in 2020, they're likely going to just change the name back to the Department of Defense. So that's why I'm kind of a little like, I don't think this is the greatest idea. I think we have better stuff to worry about than changing names to stuff. However, it is still kind of interesting. Trump has signed this 200 executive order to change the Department of Defense to the Department of War. He did this with the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. The Gulf of America is pretty generic. I think it's pretty funny I would change that name. This one's fine too, but I think there's still better stuff we could do than just changing names, the Department of War to Department of Defense. The Department of Defense to the Department of War. But anyway, guys, how do you feel about this change in the comment section below? Do you like how Trump's changing the name to the Department of Defense to the Department of War, or you hate it, you can't stand it, you wish they could be just called the Department of Defense? I really don't need it. I'm not anti it, but I don't really get the point of it, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section below. Have a great day. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. It's rain. I think it's kind of thundering outside where I'm at. But anyway, guys, I hope you have an awesome day on this beautiful Friday. Have a great weekend. Trump signing his 200 executive order, way more than the Biden administration did in 4 years. Also, we got some news on what happened to Biden's auto pens. I'll talk about that in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that video. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching as always. Happy Friday night. Have a great weekend. Peace out. See you later. I think we're gonna put a video about the Biden scandal tomorrow, so stay tuned for Saturday's video tomorrow. Bye bye.